The broadcast is live. We are live and direct from different parts of the country on a Tuesday night. Good morning, good evening, everybody, whoever's watching from wherever you are. This is our first ever little YouTube chat, isn't it? We usually go live every Wednesday, Naomi and I. So firstly, if you're newbies, I'm Lisa Snowdon. I'm passionate about talking about the menopause, spreading the word, talking about my own experiences, and I've been very lucky to have connected with Naomi, Dr. Potter, who is a menopause specialist. And we basically pick the meat off the bones every week about everything to do with the menopause, perimenopause, the highs, the lows, the everything. And so we wanted to take it to a bigger audience, and so we can help as many people as possible. Don't we, Naomi?
We do. I think it's working. I think I can see that there are people watching.
I can't see anything. I can just see you and me. And it just says, "You in the show." And I'm like, we're in the show. It's our show. So this is very exciting.
I've got a little eye counter, and we've got 32 viewers.
It's working. He's watching from upstairs in his office.
Oh, is he watching on YouTube? Yeah, amazing. Oh my goodness, I can't believe we figured this out by ourselves.
Hot flash, hot flash, hot flash. Menopause woman getting a little stressed, overwhelmed. We did it. Well done. You helped me. Thanks to your kids as well, who are brilliant IT experts. They're very young. But yeah, well. So okay, so we want to start from the very beginning, go back to basics, don't we, Dr. Potter? May I call you Naomi?
Okay. You may.
So basically it's obviously a conversation that's happening more and more, which is fantastic, but there's still not enough information out there. And we've spoken before. We've done podcast recordings together, lots of Instagram stuff, interviews with different big corporate companies. We've been lucky to kind of like really talk about this topic a lot. But what we kind of figured out is that in school, we get taught about pregnancy, puberty, all of that stuff, but you never get taught about perimenopause. You never get taught about that next stage of your life after, if you've decided to have kids, after you've had your family. You never learn about what happens to the body. So for me, age 42, it was a really massive rude awakening, and one that it took me many years to figure out what was happening. So I guess let's start with what is happening to our bodies when we very first start to experience symptoms that now I recognize to be perimenopausal symptoms.
So what happens is there is a gradual decline in ovarian function. So your ovaries produce hormones, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and over time it just works less well, and so produces less hormone, but it doesn't do it in a very nice linear decline. It does it in kind of fits and spurts and starts. So you end up during the perimenopause with a very kind of turbulent hormonal picture. And that's what gives a lot of the symptoms. Some of the symptoms are just due to a general decrease in hormone, but some are due to that turbulence. And it's normal for that to happen to ovaries. It's what ovaries do. But it's not been, because it's not been well talked about. There is so little awareness that is what is going on, and it's what gives us the symptoms.
And I think there's something like a stat like 92% of women do not feel prepared to go into the perimenopause. It's like we just haven't got a clue what to look for, when to look for it, or know what's happening when it's happening.
It's because it's just not been talked about. I mean, I remember kind of from my past being told that, the menopause happens at 51, a woman's periods stop. And that's it. It's not it, and that's the average age. Nothing to do with the symptoms that are associated with it. What women should expect, what's normal, what's not normal. All of those things. That only now is it really, like literally in the last 2 years, would you say that people have started to acknowledge it, talk about it, and then help all those women who've been suffering, who haven't known what's been going on with themselves.
Yes. I think you're right, because I think the typical the menopausal woman for me looked much older than me. She looked, forgive me if this is a real sort of generalization, but she looked, I mean, I do color my hair, but she was completely white and much, much older. I just imagined I'd be much, much older and like you know, rickety, a little bit frail. It wasn't me. So when I got told I was perimenopausal, it was a complete shock. And I think women for centuries have just been ashamed, you know, to even admit or to talk about it. You know, it's like we've just suffered in silence, we've brushed it under the carpet, you don't mention it to your family, your friends, God forbid your partners, your husband, the people in your life. It's something that we've been really ashamed of, and it's so sad.
And it's been reinforced, hasn't it? Because people haven't talked about it, or if you've gone to see somebody and you've mentioned it, and they've said, "Well, it happens to everyone." You know, look at generations before you; they've all been through it, they've all coped with it. Then why aren't you coping? It's. I think women were made to feel like it was a personal failing, and they were in the minority by experiencing debilitating symptoms. When actually that's not the case.
So, do you think? Because I know that, you know, when I was trying to try to have a baby towards this sort of my late 30s, I was always told that my, you know, my egg quality, my ovaries, they stopped producing as many eggs, as many the quality. So do you think that that is potentially the start of somebody's kind of perimenopause? Because
it definitely is, and we know,
be, right? If your body's not producing what it used to, if everything's slowing down and changing, that must be the start of this new phase.
Absolutely. So we know that ovarian function declines with age on a continuum, but after the age of 35, it really declines. And then with every year that goes by, that decline gets even more steep. And then there is a correlation between ovarian decline and ovarian function and perimenopausal symptoms as a result of low hormones. So if you are struggling with fertility in your 30s, or especially your late 30s, you're probably more likely to have an earlier perimenopause, because they're kind of inexplicable. They're completely linked.
Yeah, it makes sense. It really does make sense. So I guess what we want to do with these chats is to start from the beginning, and obviously today talk about perimenopause, what exactly that means, because when I used to type it into my phone even a few years ago, it's, you know, autocorrect used to just be like, what is this? And just change it all the time. So it is a relatively new word for me. I don't know. I mean,
I think it's a new word. I mean, I had not heard of the word perimenopause until about 6 or 7 years ago. You know, and I've done obs and gynae training and general practice training, and it's only recently become a term.
So do you think it was always, even when you were training, it was always like the menopause was just, that was the stage, peri was never really considered, that sort of early onset menopause where symptoms are kind of, you know, there's that ebb and flow. Like some weeks for me, I'd have like hideous symptoms, next week I'd be like, I'm fine again. And it was almost like PMT or PMS. It was almost like that premenstrual syndrome, which would go up and down. Like some weeks I wanted to like kill everybody, other weeks I was fine, then I wanted to eat everything, and then I was just like hated what I wore, nothing fitted me. So it was kind of like, that's what kind of happens with perimenopause, I think.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. I think that the problem was that there were those two big studies that came out in the early 2000s, which made everybody so fearful of HRT that nobody used HRT, and so there wasn't really proper effective treatments. You could target symptoms, but you wouldn't kind of globally sort out somebody's menopausal symptoms without HRT. So people stopped using them, GPs stopped prescribing them, and everything just got left. And it's only recently where we've realised that actually HRT is very effective and it's very safe in the majority of women, that it's been an option and then more talked about, because so many more women could have benefited from it if they'd been given that opportunity.
Yeah, and we were going to properly delve into HRT in the coming weeks and explain all the different types of HRT and how you can take them in different ways, and who can and who can't, and the contraindications. And we're going to dig really deep, and we're going to uncover everything to do with menopause. We just felt that there wasn't really enough out there, and that we wanted to just spread the word a little bit more. So tonight was strictly perimenopause. What is it? And, you know, I guess just we'll go into the signs and symptoms of perimenopause in our next chat, right? So that we can just give you little easily digestible bite-sized chunks, so it's not overwhelming, because you and I have been talking for a couple of years now, and every time I speak to you, I learn something new. So I feel like it's just better to do little chunky, little tiny chunks, and then we can just really know what's going on, and then we can make an educated decision on what we want to do. You know, we can really pinpoint how we're feeling, because when I look back to the beginning of my perimenopause journey, for want of a better word, I was very lost, I was very alone, I was very angry, I was very down, I was very sad, I was very emotional, and I didn't know what was happening. And I think if I could have put that down to something and been able to speak to the right people, or even speak to my friends, or even explain to George that I sort of knew, that's my partner, for those of you who don't know, explain to him that this felt like something that wasn't me, that it was beyond my control, then at least you know that you can do something about it. But when you just have no idea, it's just a really scary, lonely place to be. So yeah, perimenopause, it's a tricky one. Oops, haven't turned off my email. That's your trick usually.
Yeah, I turned mine off. I remembered.
Oh my God, I'm like so unorganized today. But so we've done 14 minutes. We're going to do really quick little quickie. We like to call it a quickie. That's what we do. So yeah, so can you see questions coming in? I see nothing. I'm in the dark.
Oh yes, there are. I mean, there's kind of comments, really. Yeah, people are there. 64 viewers. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so cute. I wonder if there are little like midweek menopause regulars. If you are, is there a thing you can press? A heart, a star? Make sure you subscribe and like to this video. To subscribe to our channel, because then we can keep broadcasting and keep bringing you amazing nuggets of wisdom. Well, Naomi can. Don't know which side she is for you, but this lady can.
Professor Snowdon, you add so much with all of you. I mean, you are very knowledgeable. You're extremely knowledgeable now. And
I am Professor Snowdon, yes.
you are. You always will be.
Even when I wear my glasses. Okay, well, I'm super proud that we've managed to make that work today. Let's just see if we can now post it on.
If anyone knows, actually, if anybody knows how we save it, if you could put it in the little message box, then I will be able to see it. Because I have to end, it says end broadcast, and so I'm nervous if I do that.
Oh, it says share. What about that?
Where?
At the bottom, where it says mute, stop cam, settings, share.
Shall I click it? Okay. No, share screen, slides, extra camera video file. I'm just worried that if we end broadcast, it's going to lose it.
I don't know.
Oh, it's still watching.
Well, I just said share file, so I wonder if we could share. We can save the video file. Quick, grab one of your children. grab your 9-year-old who's amazing at IT. I mean, it's unbelievable what the kids can do. Hang on. So what do I do here? Let me have a look. I wonder if I can. This is like. This is hilarious.
They're not so
Listen, if we can't save it, we can't save it. It's absolutely fine. At least we've succeeded in going live from YouTube, which was our main task today.
Okay. So shall I click?
It might give you the option when we click off.
It says something, doesn't it?
Yeah, it might say want to say.
Okay, I'll do it. Yeah.
So that means I'm saying goodbye, right?
Yeah.
Before you cut me off. Everybody, thank you for watching. You're super cute. We will nail this channel, and there'll be smooth sailing next time. There'll be no weird well, there's always something weird that happens between us on our Instagram. Like the postman comes, George comes in, your kids come in, your dog comes in. There's always something just to keep it real. So let's be honest, that won't change much.
That won't change.
Okay. Well done. Well done, us.
Just let me check that no one said. Oh, there is a save option on the far right hand under the live feed. It should give you save option on the far right hand under the live feed. I can't see that.
On the top right under the live. So I haven't got any of this because you were the host. So I'm just looking at. I can't help you at all. We're still under 15 minutes. That's all I know.
I just can't see that.
So what did they say at the top of the right hand corner? There's a live.
Far right hand under the live feed, but I can't see. I can only see this post comment. And see, I don't know where this is. I think this is.
Oh my God, I see comments now. Declan, thank you, girls. Kim Palmer, Bluebell Hill Lavender, Calendar,
Yes, that's
Susan.
it.
Hello. Oh, Tess Coleman said, there is a save option on the far right under the live feed. It should give you the option when to end the chat, close the chat, close the live chat, and then you might, on the top right,
do you close the live chat
feed. You guys are amazing.
Thank you. Do you know how you close the live chat?
I just have to leave the studio.
Say again?
It just says to me, leave studio. This is our studio you've created, which is very cool.
You left the studio?
I just have to leave it, and then then you'll be by yourself.
Oh, don't leave me.
And then you can deal with this live stuff. You can deal with it all.
Oh, I see. Yeah, if I leave the studio, I think shall I end let's end the broadcast.
End it and let's see what happens.
Okay.
Thank you for watching, Kim, Bluebell, Susan, Mel, Tess. Thank you so much. It's lovely of you to join us. We're not leaving the other side. We're just trying something new.
I will I'll let you know how it goes.
All right, text me. See you later. Bye everyone. Bye ladies. Bye Kerry. Bye. Au revoir.